let's move on to the Hikaru game against Wei Yi. Hikaru with a small advantage. You can count the pawns up, but difficult to break through. This is a very close game.
Indeed, and well, I like Black's position.
Course,
he has more or less everything, and both you and I, Tanya, played a Nimzo. It seems to come from a Nimzo, or kind of at least it's a pawn structure from the Nimzo. It's actually been a Catalan, but
no, I mean it's an extra pawn, and
typical.
he's just going to move around, and White's just not doing anything. There's absolutely no compensation in the position. The bishop on g2 is dead.
Yeah.
You're never going to be able to break on the king side with anything.
Yeah, the only question is how you break through as Black.
I think Black will want to play f5, try and prepare this move. Well, he has played rook e6, which doesn't really fit with this idea, but he can always adjust. But you can see Wei Yi playing e4 himself, not waiting, and that's perhaps a clever idea, because in blitz, initiative is very important. You need to show that you're taking, yes, perhaps you're burning bridges, but at least you're taking your chance.
Also changing the characteristic of the position.
Exactly. b6, I guess he's gonna go back to b4 with the bishop. Well, he's done that already. And we are now switching to the full screen with the two players and the board. Knight a6. He wants to trade, possibly he wants to trade that bishop on b4, because White has a certain grip on the dark square, the queen and the bishop there. So if you eliminate this bishop, you can then perhaps offer the exchange of queens and hope that your passed pawn on a4 will go further, and that's what's happening. He played.
It is difficult to break through now. This blockade is quite annoying, so he'll need to create counterplay on the other side.
f6 makes a lot
Just
of
making
sense.
more weaknesses in White's position, because Black does need an additional weakness, and now?
Well, at some point, perhaps, Wei Yi will have to try and sacrifice this f-pawn just in front of his king, push it in order to open diagonal for the bishop. It's very risky, of course. At the moment, he tries to do something with his queen, but I don't really well, he wants to play f4, and Nakamura's king move is very clever, because he sidesteps any skewer after bishop takes d5, but f4 coming anyway.
f4 is there, and now d5.
Well, maybe he should try bishop d1, queen e2, but I'm not sure it actually leads to anything tangible.
And the problem is the time. It's not a position you can really calculate
G4?
accurately.
He's down to 17 seconds, the American, but the Chinese has even less time. He's down to 5 seconds.
G4, queen e8, and
Queen f4?
Hikaru knows that was a huge mistake by his part. He actually has no advantage anymore. There's too many perpetuals on the board everywhere. She takes f4, and I mean, this should be a draw. I cannot imagine the queen alone can hold on to this position.
Yeah, but this is really tricky, because White can also have some ideas with bishop e4 check and such things. It's very important. The bishop protected by the queen in the White camp, and it looks like Nakamura will have to
Down to 8 seconds.
I mean, if he tries to win, ooh, if he does.
He is
He
trying.
does. I mean,
but that bishop on b3 is just not participating in the attack against the king, so he's got to repeat, because there's too much going on against Black's king.
I think, and he
he
plays for
plays
a
on.
win.
He
He's
plays for a win.
crazy. Simply crazy. The bishop on c2, preventing the mate on g6. He had certainly seen that, but now he's... Wow, this is a crazy position.
Well, he survived so
And
far.
a very brave Hikaru.
Well,
Look at the bishop.
I mean, it's certainly a blunderfest at this moment, but without any time, the players are just doing their best.
He can't take that pawn. That's what he's done. He's going up the board. What a tension.
1 second.
I don't think you can stop this.
Insane.
I think Nakamura is going to win, but everything can still happen. Check, be careful. Oh, bishop f7 he had.
Queen b8.
Yeah, queen b8 you can...
Queen b8, and you can probably take this pawn on ace. No, you cannot. You can take on a2.
No, the queen is on
Oh, queen is on
b7.
b7.
b7. Well, you can check on a5. Yeah.
Well, the pawn's not going.
Wow.
Bishop f3.
I don't even understand why we're trying
This
to
is
calculate.
very
It's
impressive
just a
play
few
by
seconds.
Hikaru. I mean, just
I don't think they
completely
know what's
fearless.
going on anymore.
This
Where's
is
this king doing on d2? Okay, that was a
That
straight
was
move,
not
king
very-
f2.
And, yeah, this should be over.
This should now be winning.
And
Oh,
that's
that's-
it. That's what a game.
Nakamura.
This is
I think they
why
run out
he
of
is-
energy by the end. That was a crazy game. Nakamura risking it all.